What if the fate of the next Lakers dynasty hinges not just on raw talent or big-name acquisitions, but on an elusive blend of timing, trust, and character? What if in the midst of all the noise, the trades, whispers, and the glittering highlights, there's a deeper question about whether the soul of this team is truly ready to fight for glory once again? Welcome back to Lakers News Fan Report, where raw truth meets purple and gold passion. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a second of this drama. Now, let's dive into something that might shake the very foundation of what we thought we knew about this season's roster drama and front office chess moves. The rumor mill is swirling with the tantalizing name Andrew Wiggins, the former Golden State Warriors champion, currently a Heat player. Yes, you heard that right. The Lakers have officially checked in on Wiggins, actively probing Miami Heat about what it might cost to pry him away from South Beach. But peel back the layers, and this isn't just about adding another piece to the puzzle. This is about a franchise wrestling with its own identity, its ambitions, and its history. Think about Pat Riley, the man who is still the president of the Heat, but also a titan of Lakers lore, having coached here from 1981 to 1990. That connection goes deeper than a little front office small talk. The Lakers' interest in Wiggins isn't a cold transactional plunge. It's an old-school evaluation based on first-hand insight from a legend who understands what it takes to win in this league, especially in Los Angeles. Anthony F. Irwin, a top Lakers insider on Clutch Point's Lakers Lounge, spelled it out bluntly. While the Lakers have asked about Wiggins, they're doing so with a side eye. Aware of the mixed report Pat Riley might have given about his time in Miami, Riley's opinion isn't just any voice, it's a reckoning for a team desperately trying to calibrate its future. Irwin's words hit like a gut punch. The Lakers have seen good flashes from Wiggins in theory, but have found the practical result to be, well, meh at best. This isn't just about stats or highlights, it's about whether Wiggins brings relentless fire, an unyielding drive that transcends salary checks and spottily motivated nights. And here lies the undercurrent that could unravel or ignite this team. Questions around Wiggins' focus and hunger. When you command the kind of paycheck Andrew does, the Lakers believe you have to literally eat, sleep, and breathe basketball. Anything less is a risk they can't afford, especially after the all-too-familiar sting of an early playoff exit. Even after finishing a solid third in the Western Conference. Consider the stakes. The Lakers, forever chasing championships with LeBron James in his twilight years, and the unyielding presence of Anthony Davis, have to get this right. They're not just tinkering, they're playing with fire that can either forge a new legendary chapter or fumble into another rebuilding headache. Meanwhile, whispers around other players like Austin Reeves float on the periphery. But the focus here is intensifying around whether Wiggins can be that complimentary star or if his fame potential is forever trapped at fleeting flashes. The front office is meticulously weighing not just his output on the court, but the intangibles, the grit, the resilience, the obsession with greatness that simply cannot be negotiated. This isn't a simple yes or no on talent. It's a judgment on heart and willpower, the very currency the Lakers have historically measured champions against. What if the Lakers' inquiry about Wiggins is less about acquiring a smooth scorer and more about testing the waters for the kind of culture they want to embody moving forward? A culture where every player, whether a seasoned vet or a rising star, is laser-focused on climbing back to the top. No distractions, no half measures. Can Wiggins, with all his promise and shadowed inconsistencies, fit into such a mold? Or is his story a cautionary tale of high talent, wavering commitment, and the harsh realities of silver and gold scrutiny from Cliff Robinson to Andrew Benham and beyond? Lakers fans know the heartbreak of flawed pieces that just didn't click. The ghosts of those decisions hang heavy here and now. With Riley's tacit nod of skepticism and Irwin's probing questions, the narrative thickens. Are the Lakers chasing a chimera in Wiggins? Or are they onto a sleeper pick that could redefine their trajectory? It's not just about a trade, it's about the fragile alchemy of building a legacy. Amid the relentless pressure cooker of Los Angeles, with LeBron's approaching twilight and Davis' durability always a question, every move feels like a desperate gamble. A roll of the dice that could either end with confetti raining down, or another chapter of what could have been. So, as we watch the Lakers cautiously circle Andrew Wiggins like sharks smelling blood, we're left to wonder, is this an inspired masterstroke fueled by the wisdom passed down from Pat Riley's reign, or a last-ditch attempt to patch a roster too fragile to withstand fierce playoff storms? The unanswered questions claw at the heart of every fan who has lived through championship seasons and crushing defeats. What's the true price, not just in trade terms, but in soul and identity of bringing in a player who might only be a Met experience and beyond the front office and press releases? What about the locker room chemistry, the invisible dynamics that make or break greatness? As a lifelong Lakers fan, I can't help but feel the weight of history pressing down here. The delicate balance between ambition and patience teetering on a knife's edge. This isn't just another off-season rumor. It's a pivotal moment that could echo for years to come. So is this the start of a new empire? A bold recalibration that propels the Lakers back into the pantheon of NBA royalty? Or is it the beginning of our unraveling, a slow fade into more questions and second-guessing? Drop your take in the comments. I'll be reading everyone. Wake up, Purple and Gold Nation. This isn't just another lazy afternoon hot take to scroll past. This is the storm warning blaring through the Crypto.com arena, shaking every last fiber of what it means to bleed Lakers basketball. Because when you're dealing with a name like Andrew Wiggins, you're not just trading talent on paper or filling a stat sheet. You're potentially messing with the DNA of a franchise that's built legends on grit, ambition, and that indefinable hunger to own the moment. Think about the weight LeBron James carries as he laces up those Lakers sneakers every night. This is a man chasing immortality on court after court, season after season. Knowing the clock is ticking louder than ever, is still grinding harder than most. And then there's Anthony Davis, that incredible talent with a body built for dominance and a career haunted by injuries, who has somehow become the heavy-lifting cornerstone for a team that refuses to fold. Now imagine adding Wiggins to that mix. The question hanging over the organization like a thundercloud is whether he's the missing spark or the flickering candle that barely lasts through the night. Is he going to fight, bleed, and sacrifice every ounce of his comfort zone to lift the Lakers back into contention? Or is this yet another story in the growing volume of great potential, frittered away by distractions, doubts, and a lack of relentless urgency? See, this is an abstract drama. This is about the iciness of late-night practices, the volcano of playoff pressure, the unspoken battles inside the locker room where culture either thrives or collapses. It's about whether Austin Reeves, a homegrown warrior whose hustle and heart have ignited so many Lakers fans this season, can hold onto his place as the embodiment of the new Lakers spirit, or if he becomes collateral damage in the quest for star power that may or may not deliver. And while we're unpacking this mystery, let's not forget the silent storm swirling around front office dynamics, where Jeannie Buss's leadership has steered this ship through relentless tempests, but where whispers of billionaire interests circling like vultures threaten to upend the delicate balance of power. What if a deeper disruption is on the horizon, one that could redraw the Lakers' institutional blueprint and either catapult the franchise into uncharted glory or fracture it beyond repair? Because the Lakers aren't just any team, they are kings of 1980s Showtime, where Magic danced and Kareem towered, architects of the early 2000s three-peat, where Kobe and Shaq rolled with fury and flair, the architects of the 2010 revenge title, where relentless defense and star will conjured another crown, the architects of the 2020 bubble championship, where undergrads like AD and elders like LeBron etched their names into eternity amid global chaos. But here's the sharp sting beneath the golden highlights. Since that bubble banner, this blue and gold juggernaut has struggled to find that rhythm again, caught in the crossfire of injuries, roster tweaks, and coaching shifts. Now the Wiggins question pierces through all that history like a double-edged sword. Because on the one hand, if he's the second coming of those 1980s clutch stars, if he somehow captures the Showtime spirit mixed with the grit of the 2010 defense and the resilience of the bubble squad, then this could be the ignition point for a Laker dynasty reboot that rockets over Golden State's once again threatening dynasty, disrupts Denver's ascendancy, and silences the Phoenix Suns and Clippers just stirring on the outskirts. But what if this is the beginning of another fall? What if Wiggins can't fulfill the promise painted across his body in championship rings and potential? The West, my friends, is a furnace right now. Warriors are hungry, Denver's young guns are restless, and the Suns and Clippers are lurking, ready to pounce at the Lakers falter. One wrong move, one misjudged trade, one fractured locker room, and the purple and gold might once again fade into the dustbin of what-ifs. Imagine the heartbreak of watching the very team that built basketball legacy cradle LeBron's sunset years, turning into a cautionary tale for the ages. And let me tell you, Lakers fans, every one of us knows that crushing sensation like when Benham's promise cracked under pressure, or when Cliff Robinson's presence couldn't electrify the Lakers the way we desperately needed. The ghosts of those mistakes are tattooed on the soul of every single fan lucky or unlucky enough to have lived through those eras. But what if this time, this chaotic mix of veteran brilliance and shaky potential ignites something incandescent? What if Wiggins, under the scorching spotlight of Los Angeles, finally embraces the purple and gold crucible and transforms the Met flashes into a sustained blaze? Could this be the pivot point that redefines the sunset of LeBron's career and the dawn of Bronny James's journey, bridging generations with a roster that refuses to settle? Or will the pressure crush dreams and ambitions, and what once looked like a masterstroke morph into a desperate bandage on a team that will always chase championships but risk becoming a relic of its past glory? Look, these questions don't live in some abstract ether. They echo in every heartbeat of the Staples Center, our crowd, in every tension-filled timeout with Luke Walton watching in the stands, in every whispered debate inside the Lakers facility. This is where battles are won or lost before the games even tip off. In boardrooms where futures are cast and erased amid secret negotiations and deal whispers. The magnitude of this moment is staggering. It's not just about adding a name to the roster. It's about fighting the relentless march of time, about proving too many doubters wrong, about staring down the looming shadow of dynasty-defining legacies and carving out your own. So, as I sit here firing up this passionate madness, I can't stop thinking if Wiggins can unlock that next-level dedication. If he channels the fiercest Lakers ghosts and killers from Magic to Kobe to LeBron himself, then maybe, just maybe, the battle-scarred Lakers reclaim their throne. But if he crumbles under the brutal Los Angeles microscope, if his fire sputters and flickers out amid the relentless pressure cooker of NBA playoffs, then this Lakers chapter risks becoming yet another cautionary tale etched in purple and gold. Heartbreak. As a Laker till the day I die, here's what I see coming. The greatest gamble of this generation is unfolding not just on the hardwood, but in the very soul of this franchise. A battle between hope and history, between hunger and history's ghosts. Now, I want to hear it from you. Drop your raw take below. Every true believer in purple and gold, because this story, this season, and this moment belongs to every single one of us who refuses to fade quietly into those dark nights of what could have been.